Talent? No, it's effort.
Ohtani couldn't hit. That's what everyone thought. On the biggest stage of all, the postseason. Shohei Ohtani, the man who's performed countless miracles before, suddenly went silent at the plate. But behind that silence, there was a decision no one knew about. A choice made for his team, and to transform himself. That night, Shohei Ohtani took action. An action that would later become part of baseball legend, the Night of Miracles. In this video, we'll uncover the untold story behind his explosive October the fierce battle he fought not against opponents, but against himself.
Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe.
Ohtani can't hit. The hidden decision behind it.
Under the crushing pressure of the postseason, Shohei Ohtani was quietly making his move. Before the final game of the National League Championship Series against the Brewers, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts spoke to reporters about Ohtani's rare outdoor batting practice the day before. The postseason is like a street fight, Roberts said. In the middle of all that urgency, he felt the need to adjust, and he acted on it. That's what that on-field batting session was. I thought it was fantastic. Throughout this postseason, Ohtani hadn't been performing at his usual level. People began whispering, he hasn't looked the same since coming back as a pitcher. Yet before practice that day, Ohtani faced the media and spoke with honesty about where he was. I think the first thing I need to do is raise the quality of my at-bats, he said calmly. I want to focus on having solid, consistent plate appearances. Then he added, when you chase results too much, you lose sight of your swing. I just want to focus on what I can do to help the team win. Even if I'm not perfect, what matters most is doing my part. Those words carried the quiet determination of a superstar who still sees himself as just one member of the team. We all know how hard it is to stay calm and refocus when things aren't going our way. And that's exactly what Ohtani did. The next day, instead of hitting inside the batting cage as usual, he chose to take batting practice out on the field under the open sky, something he rarely does. It was a clear sign of his will to break through the slump. The sound of his bat was so powerful that even Clayton Kershaw and Freddie Freeman stopped to watch in awe. Manager Roberts later recalled, looking at the trajectory, the spin, and where the ball was landing, there was nothing off about it. Seeing him hit on the field was great for everyone. It lifted the team's spirits and brought some smiles. It was a good moment. In the tense atmosphere of the postseason, for a brief moment, the whole team felt a breath of calm, a bit of joy. Roberts added, Shohei usually prefers the cage. That's where he can really lock in and focus on hitting liners. So when he suddenly changed his routine, I respected that. Even his walk-up song was playing that day. Changing his routine wasn't a whim. It was a courageous decision. To rebuild himself right there, on the biggest stage of all. And the next night, baseball witnessed something unforgettable. A moment forever to be known as the Night of Miracles. In Game 4 of the League Championship Series, Shohei Ohtani delivered an unbelievable performance, striking out 10 batters on the mound and crushing 3 home runs at the plate. From the very first inning, he set the tone with a booming solo homer that electrified his team. And he didn't stop there. 2 more homers followed. The entire stadium was holding its breath, and even the opposing dugout could only smile in disbelief. After struggling at the plate earlier in the postseason, Ohtani completely silenced the doubts and carried his team to victory. The perfect display of what the true dual threat really means. How did you feel watching that game? For many fans, it felt like something straight out of a movie, a moment you just couldn't look away from. Then, on the eve of the World Series, the scene shifted to Toronto's Rogers Center. Even during practice on enemy turf, Ohtani put on a jaw-dropping show in batting practice. Ever since that historic Game 4, his form had been skyrocketing, and the sound of his bat left even his teammates speechless. Out of 33 swings, 14 cleared the fence. The longest shot? A 150-meter, 492-foot monster. It was the kind of session that made you forget he ever had a slump. And that day, he was holding something special. A black bat with the top half painted silver. It was a custom-made training bat designed to fine-tune his swing path, a symbol of his constant pursuit of precision and excellence. Even in the middle of media day, surrounded by cameras and flashing lights, Ohtani stayed focused on the basics, the mark of a true professional. His teammates who witnessed the session couldn't stop talking about it. Teoscar Hernandez said, "That sound, it was this deep, low rumble that shook your eardrums. You could feel the air move." He laughed, adding, "Forget 140 or 150 meters. The ball just gets there faster. When one hit the fifth deck, all we could do was laugh." Then with a grin, "As a hitter, I'm jealous. But man, I'm glad he's on our team." Freddie Freeman said, "You don't hear a sound like that many times in a season. It's like a shotgun. Everything just stops for a second." He continued, "The reason a 150-meter shot doesn't lose speed, his swing path is perfect. You can tell how locked in Shohei is just by the sound of contact. And today, he was dialed in." Manager Dave Roberts joked, "It's rare to see him take that many rounds of BP in a row. He might hit 4 tomorrow." But then added seriously, "That sound, it snapped the whole team into focus." Hitting coach Robert Van Scoyoc broke it down technically. No major changes. Shohei's always making tiny maintenance adjustments. His struggles in the division series? Just a perfect storm. He added, "He's great at handling pitches close to his body. That's why he can turn on inside fastballs." That very trait, he said, was the key behind those 3 home runs in Game 4, and it would carry into the World Series. When Ohtani finished his BP session, he flashed that familiar smile. Around him, his teammates and coaches watched, their faces full of trust and quiet anticipation. He kept building momentum. And when the World Series began, Ohtani made history once again with a performance beyond imagination. After battling through adversity in the postseason, Ohtani adjusted his routines, refined himself, and emerged stronger. That transformation, more than the results themselves, filled his team with courage and calm confidence. Behind that quiet determination was another story, one that few ever see. Behind the smile he wears on game day lies countless unseen hours of effort and focus. As his hitting coach once said, "Shohei Ohtani's greatness can't be measured only by what happens on the field. Those who know him best have seen it." The other side of Shohei:
No one really knows the real Shohei.
on the field, he shines brighter than anyone. And yet, no one works harder in silence than Shohei Ohtani. The truth is, only a handful of people really know who Shohei truly is. One of them is Dodgers coach Dino Abel, a veteran who's watched Ohtani up close since his Angels days. And one day, Abel said quietly, "People don't know the real Shohei." Maybe he's right. The Shohei we all see might only be a small part of who he really is. We know him as the polite superstar. The guy who picks up trash during games, bows deeply to his opponents, and flashes that warm smile no matter who's on base. That's the Shohei everyone admires. But Abel says that's just the public side. "I've seen how much time he spends training every single day, how much focus he puts into his routine before every at-bat. He never cuts corners. He's relentless with himself." Those words weren't just praise. They came from someone who's witnessed the grind every day. What amazes Abel most is Shohei in the weight room. Silent, precise, and unstoppable. You wouldn't believe the volume and intensity of his workouts. The passion he pours into every single rep. It's unreal. That passion and discipline. That's the real power behind Shohei Ohtani. Of course, the Dodgers have other hard workers too. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, both known for their elite work ethic. But Abel doesn't hesitate. Shohei's different. He's just built different. And in that moment, his face showed not just respect as a coach, but admiration as a fellow professional. As both a hitter and a pitcher, Ohtani continues to master 2 worlds at once. Abel says even the coaching staff is still in awe. Watching Shohei work, it shocks even us coaches. To him, Shohei isn't just a player. He's a pioneer, the man redefining what's possible in baseball. He keeps taking on challenges no one has ever achieved, and he makes it look effortless. At this point, Shohei Ohtani isn't just an athlete. He's a way of life. He inspires courage in others, and quietly asks us, what does effort really mean? His discipline, his precision, and above all, his unshakable love for baseball. These are what move the hearts of coaches and players alike. And now, Dino Abel himself is stepping onto a new stage. In 2026, he'll serve as a coach for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. Continuing the journey he began in 2023, when he helped lead the team to a silver medal. From his years with the Angels, 2006 to 2018, to his time with the Dodgers since 2019, Abel has spent over a decade walking alongside Shohei. What connects them is a shared belief, a philosophy of effort, a commitment to constant work, quiet persistence, and doing things the right way. Even as one of the biggest stars on the planet, Shohei stays grounded, building himself up, one small step at a time. That's what makes him a living lesson for young players everywhere, a symbol of what real effort truly looks like. Through Abel's words, we see it clearly. Shohei Ohtani, the man who never stops refining himself. And now, the next generation, watching his every move, is beginning its own journey of ambition, struggle, and inspiration. Who is Shohei Ohtani to them? Perhaps not just a hero, but a mirror of what's possible when passion meets discipline.
Thanks for watching all the way through. What did you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to follow Shohei Ohtani's incredible journey. See you in the next one.